Hello, Mike. How are we, folks? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Tuesday if you're in Australia. Although I don't think any of you here are. My friend Sharon, she might be there. Happy Tuesday for her. How are we, folks? 5 in the house. Lovely to see you. And it's been raining. How exciting is that? Finally get some rain. Hello, my friend Dora. I tried to go into your live this morning, but it was just buffering. Hello, Mike. Hello, hello. Dora is saying hello to everyone in the chat. Now, I don't know what we're going to end up doing today. I don't know if we're actually going to get to do a farm walk because it's already starting to spit rain and we've had some massive peals of thunder in the last 20 minutes. And yeah, don't know if it's quite the right weather for walking around the farm, but we're going to wing it a bit today and see how we get on. Maybe we can, maybe we can't. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello. How are you this morning, Dora? Angela. Hello, Angela. Welcome in. Hello, Glenn. Welcome in. Nicholas Grollo. Welcome in. Hello, hello. I tried to join your chat as well this morning, but I think it was all the way to the end. Yeah. Mike and I went into Dora's chat, and Mike and I were I think the live had ended. Dora's live had ended or something because it was just buffering. And Mike and I are just sitting there going, nyeh, 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 nyeh. So we had a good little chat, just the two of us. So we still got you a bit of watch time there, Dora. Hello, Miss M. Welcome in, my dear. I don't think that Wednesday night I won't be on. Okay, all righty. Simply Debbie Sue. Hello, my love. How are you today? Heart's Humble Homestead. Welcome in, my dear. Lovely to have you here. That's Christy. Everyone's saying hello to everyone else. Everyone's saying hello, Debbie Sue. Oh, you're snowed in. Oh, wow. Like, seriously snowed in, as in can't get out of the house. Is that good or bad? I don't think I'd mind that, you know. As long as I can get the firewood off the veranda. Oh, no, not again, says Nicholas Grollo. Just one Sue. Hello, my love. Welcome in. It's your first time in one of my lives as I lose my voice. Welcome in, Just One Sue. Can you hear all the birds? They know there's rain coming, I think. I mean, it's morning anyway, so they're always louder in the morning, but with the promise of rain, I think they're getting rather excited. Nicholas, how's Gimli? Yeah, good. I haven't seen Gimli this morning, but Gimli's breakfast was missing when I got up, so clearly she's around, but I haven't actually seen her. But I must tell you, last night, I am so tired. Hopefully I don't look tired, but I feel tired. And if you do the live this Saturday, I won't be in far away, back on Monday night. Okay. Alrighty. That's all right. But thank you. You know, you've got to do what you've got to do, Angela. We had a lot of snow, but it seems to be melting already. Hey, Brad. Welcome in, my dear. Yeah, so last few days I've been so tired. I've been going to bed like 9:30 ish. Be strong like a grizzly. Hello, my love. Hello, Brooke Trout. Welcome in. Welcome in. Yeah, been going to bed super early because I've just been so tired. And anyway, I was woken up about 2 o'clock in the morning. And you know when you wake up and you know you've been woken up by something, but you can't quite work out what it was. And I was lying there for about 5 or 10 minutes, and I hear this noise like something being dragged along the veranda, and it was quite loud and quite bassy. Hello there, Anthony Chihuahua. Welcome in. My goodness, I haven't seen you for a long time. I do hope you're well, my love. Um, so yeah, I heard this noise like something being dragged along the veranda. And I thought, did I imagine that? And so I lay there for about 5 minutes, and then I heard it again. I thought, no, I definitely didn't imagine that. And all the cats leapt up, you know, so they clearly heard it as well. So I didn't turn all the house lights on because I thought just in case there is a prowler or something outside, you know, I wanted to get an eyeball on what was going on before I started lighting the place up like Cape Canaveral. So I got a torch, but I had my hand over it, so I was just getting a bit of a glow through my fingers. And, you know, I checked. I walked around the whole house on the inside, looking out the windows, couldn't see anything. And I thought, okay, and it was all quiet. And I sat up for about 15 minutes, and it was all quiet. And then I went back and got back into bed. 5 minutes later, this noise, this rumbling starts again. I think, oh no. So I get up, check again, nothing. Then it happens a third time. Third time, I go and flick on all the outside lights. So at this stage, I'm thinking, all right, we've got to the let's light the place up now. And you know, I couldn't see anything. I couldn't see anything, but I could hear things being moved around. It was really disconcerting. And like I'm used to the sounds of the bush. I'm used to the sounds of this property. I'm even used to the sounds of Gimli tossing around plant pots. Like it wasn't that. Huckleberries. Are the huckleberries in the house? That is Robbie and Sonia. Welcome in. So I had all the lights on. I had to look out all the windows. Couldn't see anything. Went out onto the veranda. Had a walk around with the torch. Like my torch lights up the whole paddock. And I had a really good look around the place, and I couldn't find anything. And I went back to bed after that, but I left all the lights on then, the inside ones, the outside ones. And I didn't end up getting back to sleep till about 5 o'clock. And then I had to get up at 6. So yeah, feeling a bit tired. And like for the life of me, I can't work out what it was. Like normally I hear a noise and I can sort of guess what it is. Like, you know, that's the sound of that plant pot sort of sliding across the deck from the wind, and it was still, like it was so still, there was not a breath of wind. Oh God. My nearest police station's a fair distance from here. And look, you hear noises up here, Nicholas. You know, we get wombats, and I've had cows walking across the deck at 3 o'clock in the morning when one of them escaped once. I've had deer walking across the deck, kangaroos, all sorts. So you do get noises. But I mean, if I called the police, it would take hours for them to get here. And even once they get here, it's another 15 minutes to get from the road at the bottom of my driveway all the way up the drive, through all the gates up to the house. You're looking at another 15 minutes on top of that. So, yeah, couldn't really see the point. And I wasn't scared. I was just, I'd like to know what it was. Not saying Bigfoot is mythical. Well, a few weeks ago on a live, remember, because some of you were on this live, we were all trying to remember what the name of Bigfoot is in Australia, because we have Bigfoot here as well. And everyone was saying, oh, is it Sasquatch? Is it this? Is it that? And I couldn't think of it. I actually looked it up. No, a yowie. In Australia, we call our big feet, but we call it a yowie. Yowie. And here comes the rain. Here comes the rain. Here comes the rain. You're not going to tell anyone your opinion on Bigfoot. Hello, this is Pam. Welcome in, my love. So yes, it's been raining and we've had thunder and lightning this morning, so I'm a little hesitant to go for a walk around the paddock. Yes, I could use an umbrella, but umbrella, metal spike on top, paddock, lightning. Not really keen to give it a go, I'll be honest. So this week has been thrown a little bit. But you will notice, some of you, that I have scheduled my live for Thursday, Australian Thursday afternoon. And I'm thinking, because we've sort of got into a really good rhythm with our Tuesday/Monday morning live, the one that we're on now. And it seems to be Tuesday is let's walk around the farm day. And that's what people who come in, they expect to go for a farm tour on a Tuesday. And what I am thinking, yeah, yowie, driving daily. Hello, my dear, you didn't do a live this morning. Well, my morning. I looked for you, I went to visit you, but you were not there, John. What was I saying? Oh yeah, Tuesdays is our walk around the farm day. And my new Saturday lives are going to be in the house, in the kitchen, just pottering, that could be doing dishes, wiping down the bench tops, sitting down, having a cup of coffee, or making you all exceedingly jealous by eating cake or something in front of you. So that'll be Saturdays, but every second Saturday. So the plan is that one Saturday I do my video premiere at 9:30, and then the following Saturday I do a live, and then the next Saturday is back to a video, and then the next Saturday is a live, and then the next, so there's going to be an alternate rhythm to Saturdays, which is either in the house, pottering in the kitchen, or a video, one or the other. The one that's still a bit up in the air is Thursday. So last week I did my first Thursday live, and I think it did quite well. There weren't many people in, but then it was the first time I'd ever done a Thursday. It was the first time I'd ever done an afternoon, and it was actually the first time I'd ever done a live road trip as well. So it was all a bit different. And I'm trying to work out what our regular theme for a Thursday should be. And what I'm thinking, although I don't know if I can do it in time for this Thursday, but if Tuesday is a farm day, and then Saturday is a let's potter in the kitchen, maybe cook, maybe clean, maybe do dishes day, that maybe Thursday afternoon could be a let's get into the garden and do some pruning, or do some weeding, or plant some seeds, or something like that. So Thursday maybe could be a garden day. Don't know. Tell me your thoughts. Or, of course, if I can schedule a road trip and get it sort of sorted on a Thursday, I'll schedule road trips for Thursdays as well. So either Thursday was great. You liked it, Nicholas? God, there was so much that was burnt though, wasn't there? I was really astounded when we got to the part of the road trip where we were passing through where all the trees and the grass was burnt. And behind the trees, you could see the mountains and they were all black and singed. But then we just kept driving, and like half an hour later, and we're still driving through this black zone. And there was just so much of it. I think in the end, I counted, hello, Kathleen. Welcome in, my love. I think in the end, over the course of that trip, I counted 7 houses that had been completely burnt to the ground. The only thing that was left was like the chimneys and the what was left of the tin roofs. It was all sort of twisted and charred. It was so sad, so sad. Like some of those homes that burnt down had been there. Kevin, who helps me on a Friday, he drove with me, and he's in his mid-70s, and he said that some of those homes that we passed that had been taken in the fire had been there since he was a child. So, homes that had been there for many, many decades, all that history, it's just so sad. It's so sad. It's always sad to lose a home and to lose sheds and gardens and animals, but yeah, all that history just gone. It'd been there for so long. And it was as far as the eye could see. Like, I don't know if the camera could actually really pick it up, like the hills that were behind the trees. The trees were along the roadside, and then behind them were the mountains. They're just black, all black. Pam, I can relate, walking in the town of Jasper National Park, blackened trees, yeah, gutted homes and historical landmarks, yeah. It was a lovely drive. Like overall, it was a lovely drive, but it was so sad to see all the damage that had come from the fires. Sharon Sylvester, welcome in, my dear. What was I going to say? I was going to say something. Gosh, it's gone again. Where's my brain? It's gone somewhere. It's gone on holiday. It's left me behind. But yeah, no, it was sad. Now, so we got the batteries. So we've got to talk about the solar stuff too. You like the live? I'm glad you like it. Oh, someone says gardening. So you think we should do it like that the Thursday time slot should become like a out in the garden type of thing? Unless we have a road trip. Anthony Chihuahua says gardening for the Thursday time slot. Oh, I do have some plants I need to prune. I don't know how it would go, because I guess I'd have to set you up on a tripod and then go and do something, and I'd be running back and forth between whatever I'm doing. And cooking in the kitchen is probably going to potentially more be like my Saturday one, Nicholas. Saturday will be an indoor one. That is the plan. And sometimes I might just have you on the bench while I'm doing the dishes and cleaning up. At the end of the cleaning up, I might feel like cooking biscuits or a cake or something like that. Or I might just feel like grabbing myself a cuppa and sitting down at the dining table and just talking to you like I'm talking to you all now. Rebounding with Cheryl. Hello, Cheryl. Welcome in. We're having a bit of rain and thunder. There has been a bit of thunder. It's rumbling. I don't know if you guys can hear the thunder, but I'm sort of a little hesitant to go walking in a paddock with an umbrella when there's thunder and lightning happening. How are you, Cheryl? It's lovely to have you here. Anthony Chihuahua is saying hello to Deb. So yeah, so what do we think? Gardening for a Thursday, and then yeah, Saturday will sort of, you know, evolve a bit too. I think sometimes it will be cooking, Nicholas. Um, and also the Saturday one is going to be 1:30 in the. Hang on, is it? No, it's not. The Saturday one's 9:30 in the morning. So, you know, a good time for doing baking and stuff. So I won't be baking every week. I won't be cooking lunch every week, but I think every so often I'll certainly be doing some attempts at some cooking videos or cooking lives on the Saturday. Now remember, Nicholas, it's going to alternate. So a video one Saturday, live the next. Video one, live the next. So that's how it'll work. Well, I think we can at least, I think whatever works best for you, like what you, yeah. The local town, what into, yeah. Yes, true. I am planning on doing that, Nicholas, but I'm not going to be going on a road trip every single week. I haven't got that much petrol. The local town and land. Yeah. Well, I'm hoping to do another little mini road trip in the month of March. In the month of March, we're probably going to drive to the township of Mansfield. And there's an antique shop there that I really love. So I thought we'd have a look around the town and then go have a look at this antique shop, which is really more like a warehouse. Like, it's huge. It's absolutely huge. And yeah, always dangerous when I go in there. You like cooking videos and lives? Awesome. That's good to hear. Out and about. Welcome in. Now, if you haven't given the video or the live rather a thumbs up, if you could, that would be lovely. And M&D, Tuba Chat. Hello, Kevin. Welcome in today. How are you? We're just discussing our plans for the future of the channel. Oh, and speaking of the future of the channel, I don't know if you noticed this Thursday's second Thursday live I've got scheduled. It's the 2-year anniversary of High Country Homestead channel. Not that I'm going to be doing, you know, I'm not planning on baking a cake or anything, but it's the 2-year anniversary. Who would have thought? Like, I really never thought I would end up having my face on YouTube and doing lives and, you know, all the stuff that I do. It's amazing. Yeah, thank you, Miss M. But anyway, no, don't congratulate me now. Come back in on Thursday and we'll do it all again then. And cake. Yeah, cake is important. Kevin from Tuba Chat is saying hello to everyone. Kevin has a wonderful channel. If you're trying to grow your channel and you're trying to get to know other people in the community, Kevin is a great one to check out. So check out Tuba Chat if you don't know him and Tuba Chat already. Well, since I'm not entirely sure if we're going to get to go on a big farm walk today, should we at least do the chickens? Because I haven't done the chickens. Got to go now. Later, Susan and Chat. Thank you very much, John, for popping in. I really appreciate you taking time out of your day to be here with us all. It's really good of you. Bye. Bye, John. Right, chickens. Should we do chickens? Because I haven't fed them. I left them so that we could go feed them on the live if you would like to. You'll send some cake from Melbourne. All right, chickens. Yes, chickens, says Miss M. All right, let's do chickens. So I'll stand up, get my battery pack, plug it into my pocket. See my King's battery pack. Awesome things, these. So I'll put that in my pocket. Oh, put that there. And we shall go for a walk to at least feed some chickens, just in case we can't do everything else. Walking, walking, walking. Give me land, lots of land under starry skies. Don't fence me in. All right. Take me out to the wide open country that I love. How's the trampoline, Cheryl? The rebounding. Yes. Thank you. Actually, I remember, Kathleen, I sung you happy birthday on your birthday, didn't I? Because I remember you were on a live with me and you said it was your birthday and I sung you happy birthday. That was you, wasn't it? Yes, yes, yes. Kirsty's saying hello to Kevin in Tuba Chat. Yes. Thank you, Angela. Well, I used to be in a cover band when I was much, much younger. Much younger. Hello, chickens. All right, what are we going to... What are you looking at there? If I put you there... All right, you're just going to sit there for a minute and look at really not a lot while I get the chicken feed out. All right. Yes, I used to do. I really love the music of the 1920s and 1930s and 40s. I mean, I like modern music too. Well, yeah, I sort of like modern music too, but and I was in like an Andrews Sisters. So the Andrews Sisters, if you know your history and all that sort of thing, were a three-piece vocal group during the 1940s. What day is it today? Tuesday. Silly me, I should know that. And so we used to do a few pubs and clubs and sing Andrews Sisters stuff, and they tended to wear the World War II military uniforms because they used to go around the troops during World War II to entertain the troops as well. And so we had our uniforms and we had our 1940s hair and we sang the songs. All right, so let me give them their food, and then once they're all occupied, I will take you in and you can watch them. All right, there we go. Eat, my children, eat. Ugh. Hello, what's wrong? The screen is blurry. You can't see. No, I'm back now. I had to feed them first because I don't have enough hands. So, yeah, I can't hold the camera and do the door and open the jar of feed at the same time. So we're in here and now you can see chickens. Now, how's that? Can you see them? You can see some of them at least. Hello, darlings. No, there's no point milling around my feet. You need to go over there. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You're hoping it will clear up? Chickens! No, no eggs. They've actually stopped laying even earlier than normal. They don't lay when it's super hot, and also you've probably noticed, Nicholas, that the mornings are a lot darker now. Hello, CL Fantasy Waves. Welcome in. Yes, chickens. Yeah, the mornings are a lot darker now, Nicholas. And with chickens, when the days start to shorten, they stop laying. So their rhythm is based on daylight hours. And also, if it's super, super cold or super, super hot, they also don't like to lay. G'day! Oh, Jim, welcome in. I haven't seen you for ages. You know, I was just thinking about you a couple of days ago, and I was thinking about you again yesterday, and I thought, I'm going to have to write to you and make sure you're okay. I'm glad to see you. How are you? Not fighting the chickens? No, there is a bit. There is one chicken who is hiding. Oh, poor baby. She's hiding inside. I've actually been feeding her separately. Not because she's sick, but she's the chicken that was sick a few months ago, and they've started attacking her for some reason. So I'm thinking I might pull her out of the tank again. Out of the tank? Sorry, I'm thinking about water tanks while I'm talking to you. Can you tell? I'm thinking about pulling her out of the pen and putting her separately for a little while, or maybe permanently. I've got other pens I can use. Thanks for the views and the chat, Susan and her homestead. Good evening. Hang on. What do we got there? Anthony Chihuahua. Oh, you're going, Anthony Chihuahua? Okay. You have a lovely day. Or evening. It's probably evening where you are, but stay safe and we'll see you again soon. Everyone's saying bye, Anthony. Hello, you. They're not free ranging because of Gimli. No, that's right. I mean, they've got this little space here, but it's not what they would normally be used to. Yes, lovely day and good evening from the beautiful Colorado, USA. Bye, Anthony Chihuahua. Thank you. You take care. All right. Are you enjoying the chickens? Shall we go outside and maybe have a little bit of a walk down the driveway? One of my fences is shorted out, so I've had to turn it off because there's a fault in it. Are we making up the food like we did last week on here? Yeah, we can. Do you want to do that? What's their names? All right, so the black rooster is Quill because he's the color of ink. They don't all have names. One of the white ones, okay, that white one, the Araucana white one, which is this one here, that's Luna. Now, where's Pavel? Okay, Pavel is that one there. Now, if any of you read my articles, which I put the links to on the community page, and when you press it, it goes over to buy me a coffee and you can read my articles there. I did an article midway through last year on Pavel, the chicken who would be queen. And that grey one back there, says I, that one is Pavel. And yes, the two big white ones, they don't have names. No, you don't. Don't think you're going out there. Oh, the puppies. I saw the puppies this morning, Mike. They're so beautiful. No, you're not coming out. All right. So, oh, actually, I've got to get... So the problem is, so we've just fed them Tuesday. So this is the grains for Wednesday. I've got grains for Thursday and Friday. So the next one I've got to make up is a Saturday one. So what do we got here? No, it's Monday, Sunday. Where's Saturday gone? Okay, so we have a container for Saturday. Now the problem is, you may be able to see, we're sort of running out in this bin here. So I've got to pick up some more. Or when I say I've got to pick up some more, Kevin, who comes up here on a Friday, I get it on account at the store in town, and then I get him to pick it up and he brings it up for me. So the first thing we're going to do is get some wheat. And we've filled it, this container, to about there with wheat. And theoretically, I normally top it up with all this, but I don't know if I'm going to have enough. Let's see. If I get a broom, sweep it all into the corner. So yeah, I'll have to buy some more, get some more feed brought up. And the feed that I will get is I will get a mixed poultry grains and a 20 kilogram bag of mixed poultry grains. Top that off. But to that, I will add a 20 kilogram bag of cracked corn or maize, and also a 20 kilogram bag of sunflower seeds. So 3 different bags of grains go into this middle bin. So it'll be 60 kilo total. And that will probably last me about 6 months. Oh, I can't quite do it. Oh, hang on. All right, we're there. We've managed to get enough for Saturday. So I shall pour it in. It's filled it up to almost to that line. You can see it's a little bit short, but then we are running out. It's not as bad as I thought. We're almost there. So now what we're going to do is we're going to, so the grain is almost to here. We're going to put water in it to about this point here. Then it obviously soaks into the grains. It softens them and they start to ferment. Lots and lots of leaves because we've had rain. Let's get some of these leaves out. Hopefully I won't drop the phone into the barrel. Okay, and you see I've got them linked here, so when this barrel fills, the water overflows into here, So we've got a peach. Clean this one. Get all the muck out of that as well. Right. So then we dunk. Okay. Ooh, it's a pretty flower. And then we need a lid. I know, Mike is always driving on the ice. Hang on a minute. I think I see an egg. Right. We might have to go back into the chicken coop. Ugh. Alrighty. Let's see if there's any eggs in here. No, no, no. Right. We're going back into the coop because I'm pretty certain I can see an egg or two. No, you're not coming out. You're not coming out. Not with Foxy Loxy around. Oh, you bastards. Right. Why are you laying them down here? Actually, okay. I don't think I can actually grab them now anyway. Because if I bend down, I'm probably going to disconnect the live. Although, hang on. I can just sit you there for a moment and go grab it. Them. So, give me like 1 moment and I will be back with some eggs. Out of the way, out of the way. Why are you laying them here? What a horrible spot. Right, I'm coming. We've got 3 eggs. Come on, out the way. Out the way. 3 eggs. Well, they certainly weren't there yesterday, so because they've laid there before. So I always do make a point of checking that corner out just in case. Hang on, I'll be back with you in a minute. And I know they weren't there yesterday. But we have... Oh, the hen house. Hello, welcome in. Yeah, we've got 3 blue eggs, 2 of which are very dirty. But that's good. 3 eggs. 3 eggs is good. We'll get some greenery, more greenery. Oh, what are the pretty little flowers, or seeds rather, on the maple. How are you, hen house, my dear? Look, you see my eggs? Blue ones, yes. My white chickens, the big white girls, are leghorns, and they lay white eggs. The brown chickens lay tan eggs, and then the Aracanas lay... Oh, your grandpa's chickens would lay blue eggs. Yeah, the Aracanas lay blue and green eggs. And so this is some of them, even if they don't look particularly nice at the moment. Hen house, I'm working on new chicks and hope to get coloured eggs. Yeah, Yeah, me too. I had some in the incubator, but I didn't have much joy with them. Your white Cheshire blue hen lays blue eggs. Oh, wow. I don't know that breed. I'll have to look it up. I will have to look it up. I haven't got the fountain going for you, Nicholas. Oh, shit. Oops, sorry. Shouldn't swear. I'd better get the... No. Get the power cord out of the water. Green? No, it's just the tree. The tree's green. The rest of it's not looking too green. Yeah, but I was thinking, Nicholas, because you know how I was tentatively thinking about making Thursday a garden day? So I thought on Thursday we could actually get the fountain going on the live. I'd have to take the pump out. I want to get it at the moment because I've got a PowerPoint over on the veranda over there. You'll just have to trust me. You love the swearing. I know. I forget. I think, oops, can't do that. But I'd like to get it wired up in such a way that, well, you don't see a wire. And really and truly, I want a big fountain. You know, like, it's a beautiful fountain. I want a big one. I want one that's like my size. You know, when I get to my 60th, and like, don't panic, folks, my 60th is, you know, a number of years away yet. But when I get to my 60th, I am going to buy myself a bloody big fountain. At least the height of me. I know I love fountains. It's an Aussie thing. It is an Aussie thing. I've been pruning, and look, I mowed. And it worked. Go for it, Susan, it'll be beautiful. The fountain or the swearing. Yeah, so I had these shrubs that you can see. There's one right there in front, right there, and then this one here. And they were both that height. And see how they go above the height of the gutter, and their leaves block the gutter, and at night time when you're sleeping they rub against the gutter and it wakes you up. So I thought, what the heck? So I've been pruning them, and I've pruned this one right down, and so every year it will grow and it'll put on like a foot of growth, which I will keep trimmed back with a hedge trimmer and keep it nice and compact, and it will never reach the gutter height again. That's the theory. This one I haven't finished pruning yet. I was pruning it the other day. You can see I started it. But then I picked up some of the branches and took them out there, and I poked myself in the eye with a stick, and that combined with the fact that it was also a stinking hot day sort of put me off somewhat. So maybe on Thursday we'll get the pruning saw out and cut the rest of those branches off. 30 likes. Oh, cool. Well, that's good. Thank you, everyone. Don't forget to take the eggs in before. Yeah, okay, let's do that now. Shall we? We'll do the eggs. I'll put them down somewhere. So yeah, on Thursday, weather permitting, we will get that fountain going live. That one there, Nicholas, that is a weeping cherry. Has white flowers, that one. And then over there is another one which has pink flowers. It's never done particularly well though, the pink one. I'll take you to see the pink one. You'll have to excuse the state of the garden. I actually forgot to spray this one. The weeping cherries tend to get cherry slug, and destroys the leaves, as you can see. But this is a pink weeping cherry. So I have the pink one there, and then that lovely green one with better foliage is the white one. Dora, you're going. Bye, my love. Thank you so much for coming in. I very much appreciate it. No doubt I'll probably chat with you later in the day. Oh, it's starting to drizzle again. So yeah, on Thursday we'll start a fountain and prune a tree, I think, but we'll put the eggs down. Put them over here, put them on the table. Hopefully Gimli won't get to them. Yeah, it's a beautiful shade of blue, especially when they're clean. Meow, I can hear a cat. I can hear one of my cats meowing. Where is it? Oh, there you are. Hello, Fudge. Meow. Meow. Yes. Oh, here comes Pepper. Meow. Meow. Oh, Fudge. I know. Thursday's a great idea. Hello, pretty kitty. She is a beautiful cat. And then you can just see Pepper there, the black one. Meow. Yes. And then Truffle's the grey one, and she's around, but somewhere. She's probably sleeping. So fluffy, I know. I do love fluffy cats. All right, so what should we do, folks? What should we do? It's not raining. And there's a bit of thunder rumbling. Should we go for a little bit of a walk down the drive? You can admire all my mowing. Love cats and dogs, love animals. I don't like spiders or reptiles. No, true. Now, I just remembered something. We were going to talk about the solar stuff and what was happening, weren't we? Because I put it in my title, I think, so I have to touch base with that. Hello there. Sawback Acres, g'day. To Susan and those in the chat. Jim from Central Florida. There's some cows. Yes, the solar. Okay, so on Thursday we went and picked up the solar batteries, and where we had to go to get the batteries, there was no reception. And as we picked them up and we started to drive down the mountain, we'd only been gone for about 15 minutes from the place where I'd got them from. And I had a message come through on my phone to say that they couldn't supply the inverter that I had specifically ordered. Now, when I did the order for when I got the first quote, rather, for the solar system, I didn't like the inverter that they offered me with that quote. So myself and Glenn, who was the chap who gave me the solar batteries, worked out what I would need. And because I want to attach batteries to the system eventually, I needed a different inverter. I needed a hybrid inverter. And the one that they initially offered me in their quote was not a hybrid inverter. So I had to change the quote and have it changed to a hybrid inverter. Now, that's all good. So we go pick up the batteries. We're driving home, and then the solar power company go, actually, we know you've already paid the deposit and everything, but actually we can't. Hang on, someone's not keen on rodents. I can't say I blame you. It's rodents I'm not keen on. My husband likes reptiles. Yeah, I am much more farm animals and dogs and cats, and he has created, hang on, he has a crested gecko. Oh wow, okay. Huh. I'm not sure, I'll have to look up a crested gecko. So where was I in the story? Yeah, so they said they couldn't supply the inverter. But then because we were out of range, I couldn't actually ring him. So the entire way back, I'm stressed about this, thinking, oh my goodness, you know, I've done all this research. Only today we've gone to get the batteries. I've put the deposit on it, and now saying they can't do it. I got home in like record time, and tried to ring George at the solar company, and I rang and I couldn't get through. So that was Thursday. So I stressed about it all Thursday night. Friday I got onto him. Now the problem wasn't the guy from the solar company. The problem was the installer had basically said it's not a good idea to use a hybrid inverter if you're not putting the batteries in straight away. Because I mean, this is costing me, you know, before the rebates come out, this solar system is costing, I think it's $7,401. And yes, there's rebates that come off that. But it's, you know, even with the rebates, a lot of money. So I wasn't going to install the batteries straight away. You know, I was going to have them there, and then I was going to spend 6 months, you know, saving up my pennies through Buy Me a Coffee and putting the money aside. And then when I had enough money, I was going to get a special electrician who deals with solar to come in and, oh well, the gate's swollen. I don't know if I'll be able to get it open. Oh, well, that's the first. And get him to install the batteries. I can't actually get the gate open. Oh, there we go. Got it. But yeah, the installer has said, no, you can't do that. If you're going to use that inverter, you need to put the batteries in straight away, and you haven't bought any batteries with the system. Now I've got to shut the gate. Sorry, I know I'm very distracted trying to tell you a story here, and clearly I've still got to mow this bit. Angry Duck Automotive, thank you so much for being there. I missed you coming in. I'm so sorry. Is it almost your bedtime? See, I finally see you when you're going. I'm so sorry. I hope you had a lovely day though. And I hope you sleep really well too. Look at that dark sky. And the sheepies. Do you see the sheepies? So yeah, the installer didn't want to install the hybrid inverter if I wasn't having batteries connected straight away. So I said to George, I said, well, look, I do actually have batteries, but because I hadn't bought them from you, I didn't mention them because I didn't think that you guys would be happy to install batteries to a system that I was buying from you, but I hadn't purchased the batteries from you, if that makes sense. Well, it turns out George didn't actually have a problem with that, in theory. He rang, he said, look, that's fine. He says, if you've got the batteries, he said, I said, of course, I'm happy to pay the extra because, if we're installing the batteries straight away, of course there's going to be extra. So I said, look, I'm happy to pay for it if you're happy to install them, but I never mentioned it because I didn't think you would be able to do that because I haven't purchased them from you. And he said, no, look, that's fine. And he said he'd ring the installer and run it past the installer, which he did. And then George rang me back and said, yep, look, the installer is happy to put your batteries in as well, but he wants a photo of them with the serial numbers. So I got him a photo of both of the batteries with the serial numbers and I sent them off, and that was on Friday morning, and he hasn't answered any of my calls since then. No coyotes in Australia, no. So yeah, that's sort of where we're at. Wow, look at those apples. Oh, just think of the apple pies. 10:30 a.m. Tuesday. Yeah, it would probably be about 10:30, wouldn't it? Yes, it is, because I started my live at 9:30, so yep, 10:30 now. So theoretically, the system is going to get the batteries put in as well, hopefully. Look, there's our wombat skull we found the other day. Look at the size of the teeth. Clearly it's the top part of the skull. 11:30 p.m. Monday in England. What part of England are you in, Kirsty? Oh, pardon me. Let's see if we can get through this gate. So yeah, so I sent off the photographs showing the two solar batteries with their serial numbers. And I know George received them because I was actually on the phone with him when he got them. And he said, thank you so much. I will send that through to the installer and get back to you. So that was my last contact with him. I did try ringing George over the weekend. And I tried ringing George several times yesterday, which was our Monday. Honestly, where's that one come from? They're all missing. We'll put it over here, shall we? So yeah, I've just got to wait back from George and hope that the installer was happy. I mean, I'm working on the theory of no news is good news. But is it? Electric fence, there we go. Yeah, I mean, is it though? I mean, I'm fairly certain if the installer wasn't happy with the photos and the serial numbers on the batteries that I sent, surely he would have said something straight away, wouldn't he? But it would be nice to know. Another one. It would be nice to know one way or the other. Put another one on. There we go. Electric fence. So yeah. Not quite sure how things are placed at the moment. I've just got to wait for George, who doesn't like answering his phone. Yeah, you would, wouldn't you? You'd think he'd say something. Love Orlando, Tampa area around the old town, and Daytona is lovely. That was from Angry Duck Automotive. You must be getting past your bedtime, my dear. I'm glad you're still here though. Thank you. Dingoes are in Tasmania and Western Australia. Yeah, and here. We certainly get plenty of them here. I've caught many a dingo on my trail cams, Nicholas. I want to, once I work out how to do it, I want to be able to film stuff on the trail cams at night. Like at the moment, I've just got them set up to do like a 30-second to a minute grab. But I would love to be able to have like a live overnight stream. Not all the time, but you know, just occasionally. Put a camera in the hen house or train it on wherever the cows are for the evening when they've worked out where they're going to sleep for the night. Have I checked the land after last night? Well, look, everything looks, on the veranda, everything looks the same as it was yesterday. I can't see anything that's moved or been dragged. I've got no idea what it was. 1967. I wasn't even born in 1967, Jim. I've got to replace that one. Are you going, CL? Thank you for coming in, my love. It was much appreciated. Lovely to have you here. I hope you have a lovely evening. Put on the next one. Oh, more thunder. Did you hear the thunder? You're going as well, Angry Duck? See? Bye, CL. Bye, Angry Duck. I just turned it round so I can say goodbye to you. Mwah. But sorry, I'm not going anywhere. They are. Wind noise there, Nicholas. You can hear the wind. It's another wombat hole. Have you seen the wombat hole, Jim, from Florida? Let me show one of them to you. Love a good thunderstorm. Yes and no. I do love a thunderstorm. When I lived in Melbourne especially, I loved a thunderstorm. Now I live out here in the country, I don't love a thunderstorm quite so much. There's a wombat hole, Jim, a small one. Yeah. Because as you can see, it's really dry. And inevitably, whenever there's a thunderstorm, we seem to get bushfires start. I mean, that last bushfire, well, the very last bushfire, there was a small one about 4 weeks ago now, I think it was, that wasn't too far from here. That was started by a lawnmower mowing dry grass. But then the big bushfire that we had in January, I think it was, that was started from lightning strikes. They often are, you know, and in summer we get so many thunderstorms with lightning strikes. So I don't enjoy thunderstorms as much as I did, because I find, you know, the thought of potentially having a bushfire start and having your house burn down is terrifying. Just like that live we went, that road trip live that we did last week, we passed 7 houses that had been there for like 50, 60 years or more. And all that was left was the chimneys. Mowing dry grass, yeah. And I mean, there's been fires on this property before. You've seen the trees, how black they are, and all this paddock's been burnt. That's why all these paddock trees that have been planted, because the paddock trees that were there all got burnt and destroyed when the big fires came through. Luckily the house survived. It's an incredible photograph. It was taken from up there where that shed is, looking back down this way toward the house. And the whole paddock is just black. And there's tree stumps there that are like smoking, and there's fences destroyed. And then you're looking down the hill, down this blackened hill, and at the bottom is this gleaming white house standing right in the middle of it all. Really lucky it survived. Really lucky. My neighbour's house, every time there's a bushfire in the area, it gets burnt down, then they rebuild it, and then it gets burnt down, and then they rebuild it, and then it burns down again, and then they rebuild it. Let's have a look at a few cows. Starting to spit rain again. This phone's got a cracked screen, so I need to be extra careful that it doesn't get wet. I mean, it had a cracked screen when I bought it because I got it second hand. It's probably why it was cheap, was because it had a broken screen. Works okay. You just don't want to get it wet. Alright, so that's Dot, the Jersey, who's meant to be the house cow. And that looks like Ernie the bull. That's either Oreo, sorry, that is either Oreo or Thunderhoof. Let's get up close and have a look. If it's tagged, no, oh no, I think it's Oreo, because Oreo's got a black spot next to her tail. And there's the tail and there's the black spot. So yeah, Oreo, Ernie and Dot. You can see Blaze up there is walking down to have a look. Maybe you can't. She's black, she's harder to see. Hello Blaze. She just wants to stand under the trees. Are you going, Em? Hop off. All right. Thank you for being here, Miss M. Much appreciated. I hope you have a lovely day. wish you would have a calf though, Dot. You were the one we were all waiting on. Yes, we were. I am a Texan, so I love, love, love cows, of course. Well, here you go. This is Dot, our Jersey house cow, who we stopped milking because she was supposed to be in calf. But yeah, didn't quite turn out that way. I mean, she might be in calf again now. But Ernie, the bull, back there, when he arrived here, he jumped out of the trailer and he was straight on to Dot. He was a happy boy. Yeah, she will. She'll get there. I just didn't want them calving right slap bang in the middle of winter, because we do get snow here. Oh, and have a look at the view, because not everyone, every week we get someone who's a bit different in, who hasn't necessarily seen the view, and it's not even the best view. Now I can't show you everything straight away. Oh, you grew up in Austin, Texas. Okay. I've heard of Austin, Texas. Let's walk up here, say hello to Blaze. You love your steak, girl. So you should. Hello, Blaze. Hello, darling. She's a little girl. Don't know why she's a little girl. She never really filled out much. You miss your family in Austin. Hey, Blaze. Hello, darling. So she was one of last year's calves. Wow, that was some thunder. Who was your mother? Your mother was Storm, Phoenix. Your mum is Phoenix. That one back there is Pickles, who's also one of last year's calves. We'll go for a little bit of a wander. I'm not going to hang around too long out here because there is thunder. We'll just have a quick look at the little calves. The little itty bitty bitty calves. That's the big hay shed. All right. I don't want to disturb them too much or else they start trying to eat me. Hello, darling. Now I can't tell whether that's Clover, the girl. No, it is. You're Clover. So that's Clover, the firstborn, who is a girl. And then over here is Domino, who is a boy, the second born. And your mother was Storm. Yeah. And then over there in the background you can see, hello darling. They're going, what are you doing? Why are you here? Another wombat hole. So you must be White Thunder. And that cow there standing up with the black head is Thunderhoof, the one that likes to charge people on occasion. So that's why Thunderhoof and White Thunder. White Thunder is also a boy, and I think I will keep him as a bull. As usual, Panda's managed to escape. I can see him over there again. Can the, yeah, look, they can get hurt, yeah. I mean, I haven't had any cows break any legs or anything. Although other farmers, other people I know have had a cow, or horses especially. Like, I don't keep horses. But if you keep horses and you've got wombat holes like that, and horses have such long, fine legs, you know. Yeah. Oh, look at the black cockatoos. They're so rare. There's always lots of white cockatoos around. The black ones you don't see very often. You can hear them. You can hear them crying or calling. Look at that view. Look at those rain clouds. So we had about 52 mil of rain, which was huge. And that water tank that's up there, that's the one I pump water to in summer, but it also, you can see there's a downpipe, so it collects water off the roof of that hay shed. So that should be full, like mega full now. I've got 2 more water tanks, same size as those, so 20,000 litre tanks. I've got 2 20,000 litre tanks down there off the back of the garage. So I don't know how they fared, because I need to get a ladder out and clean the filter. Whoops, almost fell in a hole. Speaking of falling in holes, I've got to clean the filter on the tank. I did think about doing that on a live too, but I wasn't sure how I was going to coordinate a ladder and being up a ladder, and there really wasn't anywhere to put the tripod. But I've got to climb up and clean the filter on top of the 2 tanks. But I don't know how much difference that'll make, because I actually have to get onto the roof of the garage itself, because I think the garage roof gutters are also a bit clogged. Well, I don't know that for sure, but you know, this time of year they generally are. So I need to get up on the roof and clean the gutters. And once I've done that, I need to get on top of the water tanks and clean the filters out. So once I finish this live, that's my next plan for the day, is to go and get the ladder out and start climbing. Are people still here? Have I turned the... oh no, there we are. I thought I'd turned the chat off again. See, after last week, I know now after I've touched the screen, I need to double check that I've turned the chat back on. Starting to cave in, that one. I might give it a bit of help in the next week. I can hear sheep mooing. So we've still only got 187 bales, but there is a plan. So I can't go into too much detail about the plan, but there is a plan. Someone has offered me, well, the guy that cut the hay, because you know he couldn't come back because his tractor broke, and then there were more fires, and then one of his family members got sick, so we sort of missed the window a bit. So he has offered to sell me the bales that I need to get it up to 400. So we've got 187, which, you know, isn't a lot. So we're still sort of working out the logistics of it. I don't mind the, you know, I don't have a problem with buying bales off him at all. You know, I need them. My problem is I've got a very steep driveway, and like I really struggled to get those hay bales in. Like it was hard going this year. And I mean, look, I did have help, but normally Kevin and I can bring the hay in and it's not a problem. But he's got a fractured vertebrae in his spine, so he can't do anything other than light work. So when we were carting the hay, I just got him to drive, and I was loading them onto the ute and then unloading them into the hay shed. I can't do that with another, you know, 300 odd bales. And normally Kevin would be able to help me lift them too, but he can't. And now, because I hurt my elbow a few weeks ago when I tore a tendon in my arm, and I did that after I did the hay. So I've got a bad arm and he's got a bad back, and I'm thinking, well, even if I accept the offer, I don't know how I can physically get it here, because I can't load it and Kevin can't load it. And then my driveway's so steep, I mean, we'd be having to make like 30 trips to get it all here. Anyway, that's all right. There's always something. Look at this. It's a kangaroo apple. It's Australian native fruit. They just self-seed here. Obviously in a bird dropping or something. Look at them. I don't know if I've even tried one, or if I have tried one, it'd be a very, very long time ago. But aren't the flowers sensational? Look at that colour. Just look at that. The trick with these is they're incredibly toxic. You've got to wait for them to change colour. And I don't know if they will, because our growing season is quite short. So hopefully they will get to change to red before the cold weather really sets in. They are pretty, aren't they though? I mean, that colour, absolutely incredible. Yeah, they are. So yes, everything's in hand. You know, there's still things happening with the hay, and there's still things happening with the solar, and lots of plans, lots of things to do. There's the weeping cherry again, Nicholas, the white one. You would have seen it. It did feature in my spring video. I mean, it's such a beautiful tree. It can't not feature in the spring video. But I don't know if you were actually watching my channel then. And then we'll walk around here. It is. It's a lovely weeping cherry. And I've got this Virginia creeper. Turns some beautiful shades of red in autumn. You can see the smoke bush flowers are finished now. Look at this. It's really quite thick. It's quite dense, these flowers. And the leaves have gone from, usually during the year they're like a reddy colour, the leaves. And then this time of year, and the flowers are like a reddy colour as well, like a really deep burgundy. And the flowers and the leaves are the same colour. And then this time of year, the flowers are dying off, the leaves turn green, and then they start getting those beautiful patterns. I like the most amazing patterns on them. So, yeah, I'll show you those when autumn comes. Oh, Gimli knocked over, well, he dragged around my parsley pot, so now I have no parsley. I did manage to get some inside though, and I hung it up so it can dry. Brett, it's always good to have fresh herbs on hand, and if you don't, it's good if you can at least dry your own, don't you think? So how was that? You love it. Your porch and overhang is perfect. Thank you. Yeah, it's looking a bit scruff, but it's a sensational spot. Like, I love it here. Looks even better when I normally have plant pots behind me, but like I said, Gimli the other night, well, by the other night, it was like 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and she decided to play with my plant pots. So yeah, so here we are. We're done for another Tuesday morning. And this afternoon I've got to finish, I've got an article I've got to send off to the Mansfield Courier, so I've got to send that off today. It's written, I just need to sort of proofread and whatnot, so I'll do that and send it off so I don't have to worry about it. And then I am going to get into editing my next video. No, it wasn't Gimli last night. Lovely tour again, thank you. No, because I came out and checked, and I'm fairly certain it wasn't Gimli, because Gimli wouldn't run away from me. Gimli runs to me when I come outside. So if it was Gimli, Gimli would have come up to me and said, feed me, or, you know, something of that ilk. But it wasn't an animal sound. It was like something being dragged. I just don't know what, because nothing looks out of place. But all the cats heard it. So they all sat up, and one of them ran under the bed, and another one ran to the window for a look and get cameras. Yeah, I know. I do have. I've got 2. But they're inside at the moment, which isn't helpful. Trail cams is what I mean, of course. Because every so often I bring them in so I can change the batteries and check what's on the SD card, and inevitably it takes me a few weeks to put them back out again. But yeah, I must do that. But anyway, I hope you all had a lovely walk. If you haven't hit the like button already, if you could, I would really appreciate it. It's free, as they say. Yeah. You could probably afford to buy them, Nicholas. They're a bit pricey for me, but yeah, look, one day, if I ever get monetized and I'm like hugely wealthy, I will get some more cameras about the place. But yes, if you haven't given it a like, if you could, that would be lovely. And I hope everyone has had a wonderful walk. No, that's okay. Yeah, wonderful walk. And I'm going to go and get into my editing, but I hope everyone has a lovely, lovely day, or a lovely, lovely evening. And on Thursday afternoon, so 2 days from now, we will do the next live. No idea what we're doing. All I know is that Thursday is the channel's 2-year anniversary. So a happy anniversary to my channel. How far am I from monetization? Look, I should get partial monetization by mid-June of this year. And I mean, look, that's something, and it will at least give me things like super chats. I think that's how it works. Yeah, 2 years. I never thought I'd get to 2 years, Jim, let me tell you. But yeah, so the hours are going up slowly, and like the thing was, for such a long time I didn't want to do lives because I thought, well, if I do a live I've got to show my face, and I didn't want to show my face. But I've sort of got over it a little bit now. I'm fine, it's all good. I don't put my faces in my videos still, but on a live I don't mind. But I certainly, even on my lives, I mean, you know, I don't have the camera trained on me the whole thing. But yeah, so doing lives has helped, and I should reach partial monetization by June, mid-June, and then if everything keeps going to track, because I sort of tend to get the same amount of hours every month, I should be able to get full monetization by the end of August of this year. So look, we'll see. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. The channel was mainly a way for me to document the farm, and I always thought, well, you know, further down the track, you know, maybe when I'm a little old lady and I can't live here anymore, it's a way for me to remember things here. It's a way for my daughter and, you know, everyone to remember the place, how it is, if it ever burns down, if I go bankrupt, yada yada yada. It was a good way to memorialize the property and our life here. If I get to monetization, that will be great, but that was never the goal. So I'm doing my best. Yes, I am. Took you 2 years. Yeah. It takes a while. For most of us, some lucky people manage to do it straight away. But anyway, I have to go, and no doubt you all have places to be as well. So again, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate that you have all made the effort. Buy her a cup of coffee and find the link on, oh yeah, on my profile page. Yes, I have a link. I do. On my profile page on YouTube, there is a link to buy me a coffee where you can read all my articles. But yes, so I'm going to go. Everyone stay safe, be happy, stay healthy, all of that. And hopefully I'll get to see you all on Thursday or Wednesday if you're in the Northern Hemisphere.